Welcome to today's explainer. If you've been dealing with a stiff neck, or even worse, that awful pain that just shoots down your arm and right into your hand, well, you know exactly how debilitating it can be. It's the absolute worst. But today, we're unpacking a clinically backed, 5-step home routine to actually restore your mobility and stability. We're going to look at exactly why this happens, and more importantly, how to fix it using precise, targeted movements.
Let's start by totally validating what you might be feeling right now. Cervical radiculopathy, which is a mouthful I know, happens when a herniated disc compresses a nerve, and that sends this sharp, burning pain radiating all the way down your shoulders, arms, and hands. Honestly, think of that compressed nerve like a severely kinked garden hose. The signal is just completely blocked. And that's exactly why you might also be experiencing some troubling numbness or even a noticeable weakness when you try to grip everyday objects. It follows very specific pathways down your limb, so yeah, this definitely isn't just a simple muscle ache.
So here is our roadmap for today's session. Number 1, understanding cervical nerve pain. Number 2, important safety red flags. Number 3, exercise 1, which is chin tucks. 4, exercise 2, isometric holds. 5, exercise 3, nerve glides. And finally, number 6, exercise 4, scapular strengthening.
All right, let's jump straight into section 1, understanding cervical nerve pain.
So what's actually happening in there? Well, when disc material bulges out and pinches a nerve, it disrupts the signal. Think of your spinal discs kind of like jelly donuts. When mechanical stress or, let's be honest, terrible posture causes the outer ring to rupture, that inner material just pushes right out. The space in your cervical spine is incredibly tight to begin with, so that bulging material directly hits those poor nerve roots. It's this exact mechanical compression that creates those alarming sensory deficits we talked about, like the tingling in your arm or the sudden weakness in your grip.
Which brings us to section 2, important safety red flags. This is absolutely crucial to cover before we start moving. Okay, we have to talk safety. If you develop spinal cord involvement, what we call myelopathy in the clinic, like a clumsy hand, a disturbed walking gait, or just rapidly worsening symptoms, you must stop immediately. That requires emergency medical care. You also need an immediate evaluation if you experience any of the 5 Ds: dizziness, drop attacks, diplopia, which is double vision, dysarthria, meaning slurred speech, or dysphagia, which is difficulty swallowing. Other major red flags include hyperreflexia or any signs of infection or malignancy. But a really major one to remember for our specific physical therapy routine today is peripheralization. Basically, if you're doing an exercise and the pain starts traveling further down your arm, away from your spine, that is a giant stop sign. Stop immediately.
Please remember this golden rule as we start our actual movements. Less is always more. You should only ever feel a mild stretch, never, ever sharp pain. When you're dealing with an angry, irritated nerve, aggressive stretching is literally the absolute worst thing you can do. You just end up making it matter. So move slowly, be deliberate, and always respect your body's limits.
All right, let's get into the good stuff. Section 3, exercise 1, chin tucks.
For this first one, for basic alignment, you're going to sit up nice and straight with your shoulders back and down. Then pull your head directly back, almost as if a string is pulling you tall right from the top of your head. You'll want to aim for 10 to 15 repetitions, about 3 to 4 times a day. And pay attention to this detail. Notice how the head doesn't tilt dramatically up or down. It really just slides backward on a horizontal plane. It might feel like a weird, subtle movement, but it is incredibly powerful for counteracting that forward head posture we literally all get from staring at our screens all day. It pulls your cervical spine right back into a neutral, healthy alignment.
Moving right along to section 4, exercise 2, isometric holds.
Now this one is pretty cool. By applying very gentle pressure with your fingers in simply resisting with your neck muscles, you build incredible strength in all 4 directions, safely. Why? Because your neck stays entirely still, which means we eliminate the risk of aggravating that pinched nerve. You'll want to start by making sure you're in that neutral chin tuck position we just practiced. Then, apply light resistance forward, backward, side to side, and rotationally. Just hold each resistance for a few seconds. It essentially wakes up the deep stabilizing muscles of your cervical spine without rocking the boat.
Next up, section 5, exercise 3, nerve glides.
If you've been dealing with that frustrating tingling down your fingers, you're going to love this one. This is a median nerve glide. To execute this properly, slowly extend your wrist back as if you're signaling someone to stop, while gently tilting your head away from that arm. See, nerves are designed to slide through your soft tissues as you move, but after an injury, they can get stuck or restricted.
By tilting your head away while extending your wrist, you pull the nerve gently in one direction, and when you release, you glide it back. It literally flosses the nerve free. Just remember our golden rule: slow, controlled, and absolutely no sharp pain. 5 to 10 gentle reps is all you need for this one.
And that brings us to Section 6, Exercise 4, Scapular Strengthening, where we'll actually cover our last two movements for building a solid foundation.
Mechanically speaking, doing scapular squeezes, like pulling a resistance band toward your chest and firmly squeezing those shoulder blades together, will ensure your posture remains perfectly upright throughout the day. Think about it. You can do all the neck stretches in the world, but if your upper back and shoulders are weak and rounded forward, your cervical spine is just going to collapse right back into that painful position. This exercise builds the muscular anchor you need. Just squeeze those shoulder blades together like you're trying to hold a pencil between them. And to really lock that in, we pair this with our fifth and final movement, wall angels. Just stand flat against a wall and slowly slide your arms up and down. It is absolutely fantastic for postural correction and really cements that perfect upright alignment.
I really hope this explainer empowers you to safely take control of your cervical health. Because here's the thing. The true test isn't whether these exercises work, it's whether you'll actually do them. Healing a cervical nerve issue doesn't happen overnight, right? It takes patience, respecting your body's limits, and showing up every single day to do these 5 movements. So my question for you is this. Will you carve out just 10 minutes a day to reclaim your mobility, or will you let poor posture dictate your pain? The choice is entirely yours.